technical difficulties, and honestly, I really struggle to teach this topic in a way that you'll understand without being able to actually see you. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I've come up with something that'll be helpful. We're going to start right angle trigonometry this week. I love right angle trigonometry. It is one of my favorite topics. I think it's so fun because you really only have to memorize a couple of things, and everything else is just an application of those things. The first thing you need to know is theta. Theta is just a variable. Just like x or y or z, you'll find theta. Usually they use theta when you're finding the measure of an angle. I don't know why they don't just use x. As a matter of fact, sometimes they do, but commonly they use theta. So don't let that throw you off. It's just a variable. Okay, right angle trigonometry only works when you have a right triangle. Every side of your right triangle has a particular name. The hypotenuse is the easiest to find. It's across from the right angle. So if you look at these three pictures, you find the box, and then the hypotenuse is across from the box. Remember that box means it's 90 degrees, so maybe it'll say it's 90 degrees, but the hypotenuse is always across from the 90-degree angle. Some of my students really struggle with this. If you're having trouble finding the hypotenuse, please put your finger on the box and then look and see which side is not touching. Which side of the triangle your finger is not touching, and that's the hypotenuse. The next two are opposite and adjacent. Now, to find the opposite and adjacent, you have to know which angle you're talking about. So look and find theta, or sometimes they might say what's opposite of A or what's opposite of B. Find whatever angle they're talking about, and you're going to find opposite of that angle. So in this case, we're going to find the opposite of theta. So again, it's across from the angle that's marked with the theta. If you're having trouble with it, put your finger on the theta. The side that your finger is not touching is the opposite. Adjacent is right next to theta. It touches theta. But look, the other side that touches theta is the hypotenuse. So if you need to find adjacent, look and see which side is touching the angle that you're looking at, but make sure you don't have the hypotenuse. Here's a summary. Please remember that these are almost always abbreviated. Hypotenuse is HYP, adjacent ADJ, opposite OPP, or just HO and A like in the middle triangle. The hypotenuse is across from the right angle. The opposite is across from the theta, or whatever angle you're trying to figure out. Adjacent is right next to that given angle. I think I'm going to end my video here and do a second video. It already crashed on me once, I think maybe because it was too long. That way you can go back a little bit easier too. So part 2 coming up.